over the line then. And well, viewers, this is a Trailblazer. This is actually my first time running a Trailblazer and running this run actually, so I thought, well, let's just crack on, see how we get on with it. Immediately it's a different driving style. It's not about sliding the car, it's about getting grip and traction. As you can see, really high speed. I actually really enjoyed this. I mean, in a way this is like a track racing car on gravel, and so you really just want to maintain traction at all times. You know, if the car starts to slide, come a little bit out of the power, you know, you might feel like you're losing speed, but the traction will give you more speed in the long run. It will give you more speed on the exit. So a couple of times when you see me sliding, so it's this slow section here, trying to get on the power, not too early though, but you can see the back end came out a little bit. That lost me time. There's all these little things where you actually need to shift up a gear higher than you expect. You know, you need to, the revs are so quick and powerful on these cars that they'll quickly get up there. Again, this is a long corner and this is a critical corner. I tried this and personally I felt that I could have done it slightly differently. Car went a bit wide on the exit, but no loss there because I had to slow down to the second gear corner. And it's essentially it's short shifting the car in a way. You want to keep that traction at all times. Again, through this section here, it's quite slow. This is actually what the first course I've seen that I actually tried part of when I was playing the game back in February, playing the early version. So it's all speed now as we go downhill section. This takes us towards the road. Not a bad line through those sections. Again, because I'm still learning it, there's a lot more speed. Again here, attacking. This is a tricky bit here. You need to get the car's speed down, get a good line in here. I probably turned in a little bit too early. You see the car just flipping up a little bit, losing traction around there, and then that slide there, that lost a second, that slide just right there. So there's loads and loads of time. You know, every time you slide in the car, you're not going in the right direction. A little bit of a brake for the road, probably too much of a brake. I didn't know how it would affect the car. Again, taking it more like a track race around here though, trying to go for progressive acceleration again. Nice smooth line. Didn't know how to attack this section here, how the direction change would affect the car onto the gravel. So I've probably lost about 5 seconds, 6 seconds already just on this stage, just by poor traction or not knowing the track very well. Again here, I didn't know how well I could take it. I was braking early, and I was looking at this stage at the map at the top, because obviously there's no co-driver comments, and I could see I was braking a little bit there already, way too early, then came off the brake and back on, so I probably lost another second there. So loads more time to find, but super high speed and a lot of fun. I'll be doing loads more Trailblazer in the coming days. So that's a bit of Trailblazer. Away we go. This is one of the Michigan stages. Now this rally section here, this is the first time I'm doing it, though I did have 2 restarts first, just where I made a mistake on that first corner. I tried to turn it as you would in shift, just turn the car in, and no, you do need to touch a handbrake. And coming in this next section here, it's a little bit slow. It was getting a feel for the handling. I think cutting from Trailblazer to standard rally cars isn't probably ideal. This is in the Lancia Delta, so different handling, there's some different characteristics to it. A little bit of understeer in this car, it wasn't quite going where I wanted it to go, and I get a better feel for it as the stage goes on. But this is a very tentative run, if you like. I'm not necessarily pushing the limit here. You know, I don't know where the road's going, and you know, when it comes to online gaming, people memorise the road and then they know exactly how to attack each section. So I'm just literally listening to the comments and looking at what's in front of me as well. A little bit of handbrake in that last hairpin section down the hill. This is all full speed here. There's a dip here and a jump. You know, it's into another hairpin. A little touch on handbrake again, just to get the back end round nicely. Sometimes it's questionable whether you need the handbrake in some of those corners. You know, is it better to go into a low gear and keep traction, or you know, just chuck the back end out? You know, here's one again here. You know, it's very slidey gravel, you know, sort of muddy gravel if you like there. And again, very slow round here. Little handbrake just to get it round nicely on the traction. And I attack this lamppost. Boom. Past there. You've just got to throw the car into some of those. You've just got to go for it. But once you get a feel for it, you know where the car's going to slide. You know, it's more intuitive. So at this stage I'm feeling good. I'll brake a little bit later here than I'd like to. The gravel of course was so slippy that it caught me slightly unawares, but I was quickly down in the gears. And then through the section, obviously across there, getting some speed. looking at the road ahead, you see you take a look at full speed, and then the gravel again, it's catching me out. I'm kind of concerned where the car's going to go, so that's a bit tentative. Ideally I'd have braked earlier, got in earlier to the corner, and again here, that's not too bad, you know, I'm already kind of getting a feel for it. Here we go, a couple of tight corners, again, tentative around there, you know, I wasn't sliding the car. I thought, no, I don't know how the gravel's going to handle here. You need more experience on this particular surface, and the Michigan surface does have a slightly different texture to it. And again, I just got some speed along here now, nicely through that section. I couldn't actually see that well where I was going into the shadows there, it was quite dark. Lighting's very good though overall. I mean, let's not muck about, the graphics here are absolutely fantastic. I mean, the lighting's great, everything. This is probably the tightest sort of rally track I've come across in the game so far. And then up the hill here, this is used in a drift section. Drifting, it's a bit of a pain drifting, but I've come on a lot actually since my first go. It was a bit like the Gymkhana, it's just throttle control really, and I think when I first tried it, you know, the control was slightly different to what I'd imagined. That's a quick stage there of rally action. Hello viewers, so away we go on another rally stage then. Unfortunately on this one the camera stopped working halfway through the stage, which is a bit of a bummer, but this isn't a Group B car now, obviously. Attacking this first section full speed, obviously there's a lot less grip in the car but a lot of power. I used a section I've already done before just because I had a little bit of experience, just to see what it was like to sort of hammer the car, if you like, through this section. Again, trying to keep it as smooth as possible. It's a case of controlling the power through this section here. I'm not full power, I'm just kind of probably half power on third gear, and then once you see the corner opening up you let go and you go through it all the way. This section's a bit tricky. You want to get a little early slide and then come off the power and progressively accelerate through the rest of the corner. You think you're going slower, but actually you're getting more traction, and that's important. This is a tricky one here. You do want to kind of oversteer that section. I didn't quite manage it as well as I would like there. But if you can get on that inner hump, it gives you some more grip around the corner. This is full speed through this section, just kind of hanging on, if you like. And then this corner here is not even a brake, it's just a lift. And I just stayed in a high gear there, and then took all this at full speed and just steered my way around this corner. Important to keep traction again through this section. The car's very twitchy now, and you can see here really attacking this section. This is tricky though. I mean, I kind of went for an inside run here so I could attack this second part of the corner. Still some opposite lock, but it gave me a good exit on the corner. And now a lot of speed down the hill, braking early. Wanted to get the car in that dip on the inside so I could attack this second corner, which again tight on the entrance, opens on the exit. As I say, the rally sections aren't necessarily that tight visually, but when you start getting down to it and wanting to put in good times, you're going to need to, there's one line basically. So again, taking this section down the gears now, or the second or third, somewhere like that, and then as I say, now we come to a more technical part of the course here. It is a little bit tighter in some of these sections, and again here there's a ditch on the inside. You kind of want to avoid that. I put a little wheel into it, but that's it. You don't want to put more than half a wheel into that. It does help with some positive camber. And of course I made some mistakes in WRC car in this section, so I knew what I was coming to and thought, right, you know, let's slide that nice through those tight sections there. Got good speed, good traction, and now we come up to the finish, and that's a bit of a Group B rally action. More to come.